Back in the 90s, cracked the AOL code, texting turned gold, now the stories unfold. From dial-up dreams to LinkedIn kings, he taught the world how to build through strings. It's the Max method, no guessing, just growth. 4 steps deep, he's coached them both. Top earners, big burners, trainers and pros. Max lit the fire, now everyone knows. Started with a spark, now the blueprint's live. Thousands trained and they multiply. From Facebook chats to LinkedIn leads, he plants the seeds, then watches them succeed. Mentor to coach is the guide for the great. Author, speaker, shaping fate. You don't just follow Max, you duplicate. That's how legends elevate. It's the Max method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Calling the father the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game. It's the Max method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Calling the father the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game. Max method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Calling the father the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Monday night live broadcast. And I changed up the schedule a little bit and substituted what I would normally discuss on a Sunday night tonight, because we finished up our 3-day top earner retreat. To tell you the truth, I was a little tired. Tonight, I'm going to share with you all something that we covered over the weekend. That has always been behind the success of top earners in network marketing. And every time I do a retreat, every time I always introduce some new element, something that, again, increases everybody's awareness of how to rank advance faster. And this weekend, man, I opened up a flood. Okay, now for those of you that are students that have been through previous retreats, you've been following me for a long time, you may have picked it up. I certainly hope you did. If not, I'm going to emphasize it tonight. So hold on to your hat, and we're going to make it possible for those of you that missed the retreat to still participate. My biggest secret. And so my staff has already archived this. And if you wanted to register for the retreat, they're now registering people for the fall retreat. But over the weekend, we introduced 10 secrets that network marketing top earners know but never talk about. And I've been talking about this for a number of years. And let me just share this with you. The longer you're not taking action after you learn this, the more money you're going to lose. 10 secrets that the top earners know. And this is especially relevant because this year I've been working with network marketers now for 29 years. And this year, I've been touched. So I have a lot of people, but a number of companies that I've been working with for years have gone out of business, or they've made dramatic reductions, and the leaders leave. 10 secrets. First, every month, more than 200 network marketing companies close, fail to launch, or make unpopular changes that cause their leaders, commonly known as whales, and large groups of distributors to quit. And when they leave, they bring other unhappy people with them and enter the large growing pool of network marketers out there searching for a new company. Two, every month, more than 300 new companies are launched or announced a pre-launch, but statistically, 93% of them are going to fail within 5 years. Three, network marketing companies proactively recruit leaders from other companies, much like professional sports teams recruit star athletes, and companies often pay large bonuses for whales to join them. Now, let's just talk about these three for a minute. Modere, a company that I've been working with for 19 years. In April, they closed. One of my dear friends, Margie Alaprandi, who has been with them forever, was in India supporting a team building the business, and she gets an email that the company is out of business. And as a leader, she has, leaders take care of their people. And so there are people in this business that are making $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month after putting in all this time. And they lost their business. They lost their income. They were using that money to make a car payment, maybe pay tuition for one of their kids, whatever. The bottom line is it's devastating. And 95% of the people in network marketing companies are orphans. The person that brought them into the business is no longer in the business. So they're not part of a team, not connected to anybody. One of the leaders in Isagenix that I worked with, top earner, $1 million earner, left Isagenix a couple of years ago, went and joined a company called 3. And she brought a whole bunch of people with her, including people, orphans, that followed her. You see, as you rank advance in your business, what happens is the companies edify you. They hold you up for everybody to say, hey, look at this person. Let's congratulate them. As you rank advance in your company, you're going to be edified. And so the orphans look at these rising stars, but they're not on their team. And when something happens, the orphans have favorite leaders. The leaders don't work with them because there's no financial benefit for them to do it. But the bottom line is when a leader leaves a company and goes to another company, they not only bring members of their team with them, they bring a lot of orphans. So this top earner that I was telling you about that went over to 3, this past year, all of a sudden picked up and went to Shaklee. And everybody's wondering, why did she go? And then rumor came out that the company paid her a bonus of $400,000 to do it. 4, leaders will leave a good company and move to another company for a better deal being offered to them by another company. Classic example of what I just described. 5, leaders will abandon a failing company or one in decline, and when they move to another company, they attempt to bring with them everyone that will follow them, and in many cases, their actions of leaving can subsequently cause the ultimate closure of a company trying to reorganize. 6, 85% of the leaders in a company have been in more than one company during their career, and many of the leaders in your company rose to the top by bringing their leaders and teams from their previous companies. 7 leaders usually make more money in the companies following their initial experience. 8, bringing a leader or a whale into your business makes it grow much faster. 9, help is available to anyone to recruit a leader. And anyone at any level of experience in network marketing can recruit a leader. I'm going to give you examples of people that have done it, but tonight I'm going to share with you one element that can make a difference for all of you. So Modere shuts down. And when they shut down, and a great website to provide information on companies that are closing is businessforhome.org. Shut down. Margie, when she got back, I mean, she flew back to the United States, and everybody was going to wondering what she's going to do. So she ended up announcing that she's starting another company, Nueva. The thing is, and I love Margie, the thing is that starting a new company, getting all the things lined up, what do the people do that were used to making money? What happened to their income? It's gone. And until the new company is set up, they're not making any money. The leaders, the top earners, well, maybe they can afford to wait, but the little people can't. So the former CEO of Modere, who was fired last year, went over to a company called Amare Global. So she's the president over there. And a lot of the leaders from Modere went over to Nueva because they could jump in and they could start making money right away. And again, as expected, social media makes it easy for leaders to post where they're going so people can follow them. And because the company is out of business, it's a free-for-all to bring other leaders, other distributors with them. Isagenix changed their distributor agreement in May. So one of the things I shared with everybody this weekend is my favorite motivational quote. And it's something that I heard the first month I was in network marketing. And it really gave me a tool and confidence when I was first in the business about the legitimacy of network marketing. All truth passes through 3 stages. It's a quote by Arthur Schopenhauer. 1, first, it's ridicule. 2nd, it's violently opposed. And 3rd, it's accepted as being self-evident. And so for me and for a lot of people, okay, so that kind of bolsters our belief in network marketing. There's some people that laugh about it, ridicule it. It becomes self-evident, but we find that a lot of people try it and fail. They try it a couple of times and fail. And that's why one of the things we've been teaching in boot camp is before you talk to anybody about your network marketing business, if you want to close more people, you must know what their network marketing experience is before you talk about your business. So the quote could be used to support network marketing, the internet and social networks, and of course, network marketing on social networks. So network marketers, all of you are in the middle of 2 perfect storms of opportunity, and they are perpetual. They're constantly going on, constantly. 1, the network marketing storm. Every month, 200 companies close, and every month, 300 new companies are launched. So there's this huge pool of network marketers out there. that are open. The second storm is from the business world. Large companies are closing, reducing staff, going bankrupt. Professionals losing their jobs have created a tidal wave of activity on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn's adding 10 million professionals every month. 20% of the professionals being laid off are in sales. And 1 out of 8 retired people are looking to go back to work, and a large percentage of them can be found on LinkedIn. So people with large circles of influence, whales, can rise to the top of your company quickly, and they have the experience to lead, train, inspire, build teams, and bring large groups of people that they know with, and they're eager to talk to you. Todd used my scripts in my whale book to connect with 3 whales, set an appointment one afternoon, he enrolled all 3 of them. So who are the best professional whales? Experienced network marketers, experienced affiliate marketers, experienced internet marketers, authority figures, insurance agency owners, professional athletes, celebrities, corporate executives, business owners, authors and speakers, coaches, podcasters, bloggers, and radio show hosts that all have large circles of influence. And if we look behind each person, a large percentage of these people all have experience in multiple network marketing companies. Mija in Washington State sent me this. Thanks again for your coaching. I've learned it's not only working online, but offline as well. Simple and easy to teach others, as well as, which is the most important aspect in this industry. Since I started using your method, I doubled my income. Your business grows when you talk to more people. Angel connected with a network marketer, brought him into the business, and the following Friday, she brought in 15 of her friends. Today, it's easier than ever before to identify perfect prospects on LinkedIn just from the information listed on their profiles and their daily visible activity. Network marketing leaders, network marketing orphans, and people that want to build a business. And you could tell just by looking at the information on their profile who would be a perfect prospect. Now, initially, if we were doing a search for, let's say, chiropractors, all of the blue figures, they're all chiropractors, but not all of them are perfect prospects. But it's easy to pick out the ones that are. So what professionals are perfect prospects for your business? Do you know? Because that's going to play an important part of your searching for people, connecting with people. Now, one thing that you could do is look at the top earners in your company. What profession did they come from before they got into your business? Knowing who is in your target audience and understanding who you want to talk to will determine who you're searching for, how you'll connect with them, and increase the number of people that you can talk to every day. And when you only talk to perfect prospects about your business that you know need or want what you're selling, you're going to talk to more people and close more sales. And you're going to enjoy the entire process because you'll never be rejected. Now, it can take less than 3 or 4 message exchanges to identify a good prospect from a bad one. And on LinkedIn, you want to star a good prospect as soon as you can. And it only takes 6 to 10 message exchanges to identify a great prospect. The secret to closing more sales in less time is to stop selling. Instead of pushing for the sale, ask your prospect questions, make statements, and help your prospects talk about their problems so you can show them that you have the solution to their problem. Conversations are going to be at the foundation of your success. And when you're talking to a prospect, the questions you ask actually help them analyze and diagnose their problems and how their problems have affected them personally. They also help them reveal what their problems are if they want to change their situation. Your questions engage your prospect emotionally and make them feel like they're part of the conversation. And when you listen to their answers and then go further with deeper questions, they will feel understood, respected, and validated. Traditional sales questions often make people feel like they're going through an interrogation, and they tend to stop talking to you or even disconnect from you. The secret to avoiding rejection and closing more sales: 1, stick to the scripts. 2, follow the conversation and the answers you receive, not the script. 3, always focus on the other person. Show your prospect why they need what you're offering, and talk to enough of the right people, and you'll become a top earner. As you talk to your prospects, you want to learn as much as you can about them and capitalize on the information. Optimistically ask questions to identify your prospect's problems and lead the conversation and the prospect to the decision that you want them to make. That's the Socratic method of selling. Now find out what they need to solve their problem and show them how they can solve their problem by joining your business or by using your products or service. And if you don't believe that your prospects are the losers when they don't buy what you're selling the wrong product or you're talking to the wrong people. Best way to deal with objections is to deal with them before they occur, which is the reason why you want to know about their network marketing history. What experience have you had? What companies have you worked with? And you want to think ahead. So as you're talking to people, every time you talk to a prospect, you should have an end result in mind. Where do you want to take the conversation? At what point will you know enough about your prospect and their needs to make the transition to talking about your business and ask them about their network marketing experience? You must always know whether you can take your conversation further and ultimately go for the close, or you're just wasting your time. So remember, he who doesn't look ahead remains behind. Now, when you're speaking with a potential prospect, always remember that you have 2 distinct options in how you approach the conversation to bring up your business. Option 1, they've got an obvious need, and LinkedIn makes it easy to pick them out. Option 2, there's no need. So we could go on LinkedIn, we could do a search for chiropractors, teachers, personal trainers that have an open to work frame around their picture. They're looking for an opportunity. But then we have chiropractors, teachers, personal trainers, fitness instructors that show no indication that they've got an obvious need, but we know based on how long they've been in their profession, they know all about network marketing. Show me a chiropractor that's been practicing for more than 7 years. They've tried it. The same thing with personal trainers, fitness instructors. With option 1, the prospect has a clear, immediate, and obvious need for either the products or the business opportunity that you're offering. And in this case, your job is to identify that need, align your solution with their goals, and confidently show them how your offer meets it quickly and efficiently. Option 2, the prospect doesn't have an obvious need, but based on their profession, background, or current situation, there's a strong possibility that they've either had experience with network marketing before, or they belong to a group of professionals who often pursue additional income streams, greater flexibility, or more control over their financial future. Your role is to help them recognize that potential and show how your opportunity aligns with the direction that they want to go. This is where your understanding of their industry becomes essential. Many professionals, just like them, have successfully turned to network marketing for exactly those reasons. And if their previous experience with network marketing was bad, by following my scripts to learn the details, you can address their concerns, show them how the business has changed and how working with you is going to be different. And this is where your understanding of their industry trends becomes essential. Many professionals, just like them, have successfully turned to network marketing for exactly those reasons. Many of the teachers that I work with on LinkedIn have had previous experience with network marketing. What do you know about the network marketing business model? Or many of the chiropractors that I work with on LinkedIn. Same thing. Same thing. So let me just say before I give you some examples that you can't fail. With unlimited prospects to talk to on LinkedIn or Facebook and with continual practice, you simply can't fail. The content of your profile and your daily posting activity is going to position you to be perceived as an expert and influencer by everyone that sees it. The secret to connecting with perfect prospects and converting them to new business partners and customers has to do with only three things. One, the relationships you create with your profile. Two, the influence you generate with your activity and posts. And three, the conversations you have with your prospects. Follow my scripts. The ability to get people to talk to you, follow you, and join your team revolves around everyone's perception of who you are, which is completely in your hands. Now, exciting LinkedIn features are making it easier to reconnect with people. If you've been on LinkedIn for an extended period of time, at least a third of the people that you're connected to are prospects, but you've never talked to them, or maybe you started a conversation and then never followed up because they never answered you. So catch up enables you to see who's changed jobs, who's celebrating a birthday, a work anniversary, or added to their education. And you can add something to your profile that will blast out a message to all the people you're connected to that something has changed in your end. And so one of LinkedIn's newest features is when you make that change, it blasts out an image that catch people's attention because it moves. Add a new position to your profile, and LinkedIn will blast out a note. The catch-up feature makes it easier to follow up with your prospects. You can reconnect with and follow up with your best prospects, connect with the best new prospects, save time, increase your closing rates, reduce rejection, build a bigger team much easier. Now, posting is going to enable you to develop relationships, build trust, and follow up with people faster. The content of your posts position you to be perceived as an influencer by everyone that sees your posts. The visibility of your posts dramatically increase when you post a GIF. A moving image posted on LinkedIn receives 80% more comments than anything else, and GIFs get shared 20 times more than any other content format on LinkedIn. So posting is the fastest way to generate leads that convert to sales in 90 seconds. Because what you post, whether it's the birthday post, the happy anniversary post, the holiday post, official holidays or unofficial holidays. This is the way you talk to more people and you generate more sales. Posting is the #1 way to create engagement that leads to sales. People like what you've done, giving you an opportunity to start a conversation. Sharing a post with your prospect is one of the easiest ways to follow up. And again, they like it, they react to what you've done. Likes, comments, and shares become leads. Leads become prospects, and prospects become business builders or customers. So you want to start talking to people who respond to anything you do. Reach out to the people and start talking to them based on what you see they do. And remember, the more selective you are about who you choose to talk to, the more successful you're going to be. So think quality over quantity. So you want to become a top earner? Talk to the people that you know with large circles of influence. They're in your warm market. Bring them into your business and help them bring in their friends. And any one of those people can introduce you to a whale. The fast way to become a top earner: talk to the professionals that you know that have large circles of influence, bring them into your business and help them bring in their friends. And again, any one of the people they're connected to can introduce you to a whale. The fastest way to become a top earner: talk to professionals that you don't know, but you want to know on LinkedIn and Facebook that have large circles of influence. And again, We're looking for professionals that are naturally attracted to network marketing. Bring them into your business, help them bring in their friends. And again, anyone can introduce you to a whale. The fastest way of all to become a top earner, talk to a network marketing leader that you know or you want to know. Again, that have a large team. Bring them into your business, help them bring in their leaders and team members that are already trained, and they're going to bring in their orphans. Now, anyone at any level in any company can lead you to a wheel. And I've shared this information for years, but this weekend I gave the icing on the cake. Don't focus your searches for people at the top of a company unless you personally share common interests and personal values. Focus on someone that shares your common interests and personal values in any company, and they can lead you to a whale. So here it is, okay? And these success stories that I'm going to share with you, or that I've been sharing, the initial connection was made with people that shared common interests or common values. It's easy to connect with many of the top people, but sometimes, and actually I should say most of the time, you can get to the top person fast by making a strong connection with someone they know. Remember, the friends of a top income earner can be your friend based on common interests and value. Now, for years, I've been talking about Francisco, who in the last 5 years built up an organization of 500,000 people. He recruited well over 45, maybe 50 whales. And everybody wants to know, how did he do it? Are we on there searching for whales? No. I mean, you can do that, but the whales, when you send them a connection request, man, they want to recruit you. Initial relationships with strangers on Facebook, LinkedIn, and other social networks are based on attraction, perception, appreciation, and conversation. And so when you reach out to someone, let's say your passion is tennis or sailing or golf, or in one instance, horses or music, you connect with people that share your passion for an activity. And then lo and behold, you learn that on top of everything else, they've got network marketing experience. Applying this information is going to have an explosive effect on the growth of your business. So Francisco connects with people. He built a team of 72,000 people in 20 months. And the people that he connected with, who led him to the whales, all shared his interests and his values. Sheldon add 3,500 people to his business in 3 weeks by connecting. He was a musician. He played the drums. He connected with someone that played the piano. And in both cases, she was a network marketer too. Cindy added 3,000 people to her business in 3 months by initially connecting with someone in ACN. She owned a horse. He owned a horse. So he grew his team from 72,000 people to over 300,000 by enrolling a top earner with a downline of 600,000 people in his business. But how did he get to him? He was connected to someone way down in his organization. So he was connected to one of his people. And in a casual conversation, could have been celebrating an anniversary or a holiday or anything like that. Through a casual conversation, he discovers that, how's business? What's new? And she comes back, oh man, things are really, our leader is looking to change companies. That's how she met him. Sheldon, again, same thing. He was building a Manatech business. He was actually my first coaching student. And he connected with a musician on AOL, played the piano, and she had a larger organization in a company called Sea Silver than he had in Manatech. But Sea Silver was in a lot of trouble. They were being attacked by Federal Trade Commission. They ultimately closed, and she brought all of her people over. Again, RVP. But how was that initial connection made? It was made through mutual love of horses. Again, how did he do it? Instead of searching for whales and leaders, you connect with people, and you're going to, lo and behold, you're going to discover that these people all have network marketing experience. And the thing is that all you have to do, for those of you that are students, is demonstrate your knowledge about social media, how you can generate almost overnight results. You want to see how much you know? You just go over to Facebook and change your picture. Watch what happens. So, demonstrate. You're on Facebook, you're on LinkedIn. Now, you can connect with someone at the top directly, but most of the time, making that direct connection is not going to get you what you're looking for. But so you're talking to a happy network marketer that can become an unhappy network marketer for all kinds of different reasons. So you find someone that shares your passion or shares your profession. Make that connection, build the relationship. And how do we do that? You build relationships with people by posting. It's not just about conversation. In fact, in the case studies that we've been introducing in boot camps for the last 4 months, we've not only demonstrated the conversation, we've demonstrated the things that were posted to help build rapport, to build a relationship. That person there, when you bring them into your business, can bring in his upline. Doesn't matter at what level. Connect with somebody that's in the company. They can lead you to all the leaders. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You got to have patience. You got to nourish the relationship with daily posting, frequent likes, shares, genuine flattering comments, and sincere personal messages. And in time, that relationship grows, and you're basically on your way. Now, right now, you got 1,190,000,000 professionals on LinkedIn. So what I want to do is I want to give you an example. We pop over here. All right, so can you all see the case study? I want to make sure you're all looking at this. Okay, now, this has proven You want to talk about duplication? This is an example of a conversation that I had with one of my coaching students. We jumped into his account. Now, everybody's got a story. Now, in any sales conversation, addressing your prospects' questions and overcoming their objections is essential. And one of the most effective ways to do this is through storytelling. In other words, you all have a story. When people ask you, what do? You got a story. You got a 1 or 2 line answer. You know, I was a school teacher and I was able to retire thanks to my growing internet business. When you're introducing a network marketing business to someone in your profession, sharing your personal story instantly builds trust. People relate to real experiences, and a well-told story makes your opportunity more compelling. Case study highlights how a chiropractor successfully connected with another chiropractor by simply sharing their journey and closing the sale. Simply substitute your profession in this example. Tell your network marketing story to someone in your profession. And if you're just getting started in network marketing or don't have a success story of your own, don't worry, borrow the story of other people. Now, success leaves clues, and when people see real results, they gain confidence in the opportunity. The more you inspire, the more likely they are to take action and join your business. Through the power of consistent action, posting, following scripts, sharing valuable posting content, and staying engaged, you nurture your relationships that will naturally lead to sales. What's the lesson? Success isn't about chasing or pushing your opportunity. It's about positioning. It's about building relationships with authenticity and consistency, because in the end, people don't just join business, they join people they trust. Okay, so this is kind of an interesting story. This is actually a story within a story. Chiropractor, who's one of the top earners in Organo, used to be called Organo Gold. His story was, his story was, I was completely against network marketing for many years. I was originally thinking about getting into Amway when I was 18. But my brother-in-law was strongly against it because of his experience and warned me not to do it. He said he lost a lot of money doing it, ended up with a garage full of soap, so I never did it. Then 10 years ago, my son approached me about a network marketing company he was involved with. Now, he got me on the phone with one of the top earners in the company, who was one of my coaching students. And when I told him how I felt about it, he said something that was life-changing for me. He said, when you want to learn about something new, you have 3 options to learn about it. You can talk to someone that tried it but was never successful. You can talk to someone that knows nothing about it, or you could talk to someone about it that was very successful. Who would you listen to? And I thought, oh my God, I was basing my negative opinion on my brother-in-law's experience, and he hasn't been successful in anything that he's ever done. So I read a few books about network marketing, did some checking on the company that my son wanted me to join, and I got involved. That was 10 years ago. Today, I have a team of 30,000 people in my business around the world, have made millions of dollars, and have helped other chiropractors become successful too. So now, my coaching student, who working with me over 3 years, built a team of about 14,000 people, today has a team of 60,000 people, and the chiropractor is his top distributor. So watch this and pay attention, because there is nothing that you're going to see, absolutely nothing that you can't say, that you can't do. So he sends the first message. It's in the script. LinkedIn has suggested several times that because of what you do, we should be connected. And if you look at your profile, I have to agree with them. So they build my network on LinkedIn. I look forward to making the connection. Sends a message. And Bill writes back right away. Hey, it's nice to meet you. Second message is the icebreaker. It's a pleasure to connect with you. Over the years, I found LinkedIn to be an incredible platform for building meaningful relationships and partnerships. And many of the connections I made have turned into valuable friendships and productive business opportunities. How long have you been using LinkedIn? How's it been working for you? So we always want to ask a question that's easy for them to answer. And he comes back and says, "Hi, Paul, thanks for reaching out. I don't use LinkedIn that much, but I do enjoy following what other chiropractors and professionals that I work with are doing." First message, second message. The third message starts the conversation. And you control the conversation by asking questions. So we send the image, and these all move, but they don't move here. Future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. I just sent this to a good friend and thought you'd appreciate it too. I routinely send motivational messages like these to my friends on LinkedIn. I hope you enjoy them. Now, I've been a chiropractor for 30 years. How long have you been a chiropractor? Now, I want you to understand, if you're a teacher, you could do other teachers. But if you're a personal trainer or you're a fitness instructor, it's just as easy to reach out to a chiropractor. All you have to do is say, many of my friends on LinkedIn are chiropractors. How long have you been a chiropractor? So again, you could talk to anybody in any profession. Well, I've been a chiropractor for 16 years. Many of my friends on LinkedIn are also chiropractors. What prompted you to become one? You want to ask an easy question. I suffered an injury when I played football in college and worked with a chiropractor who really helped my recovery. I was so impressed with him and the profession in general that I decided to become one, and I never looked back. Okay, and then we put a post up. Find a job you enjoy doing, and you'll never have to work a day in your life. It's Mark Twain. But it moves. And then, here we go. Many of the chiropractors that I've met on LinkedIn have also worked with a network marketing company on the side to generate an additional stream of income. What companies have you worked with? I've worked with many network marketing companies over the years, but was never successful. In fact, I always spent more money than I ever made. We know ahead of time. You know ahead of time that these people have network marketing experience. Deal with it first. I hear that from many of the professionals that I talk to on LinkedIn, including the chiropractors. So what were some of the companies that you work with? I don't remember all of them, but the ones that come to mind were Univera, Zango, Forever Living, Unicity, Zija, Isagenix, and Melaleuca. And you're going to find the conversations are going to be the same. And as long as the conversations stay the same, you'll continue to talk to them. That's quite a list of companies. What prompted you to get involved with these companies in the first place? I'm an easy mark when it comes to buying and trying things. Looking for a way to make extra income and offer my patients something that would help them improve their health. Who knew working with them would just cost me money and not make any? LOL. Laughing out loud. How long ago did you work with these companies? I've tried them off and on for the last 14 years, but never made any money with any of them. So he's been a chiropractor for 16 years. And he's tried network marketing for 14 of those 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He listed 7 companies. That's almost one every 2 years. Now, here you go, because this is the script that you're going to follow. Now, in this case, I talk to chiropractors all the time that have the same experience, but I also know a lot of chiropractors who've enjoyed tremendous success in network marketing. Now, again, he tells his story, which is pretty compelling. In your case, I talk to a lot of chiropractors that have the same experience, but I also know a lot of chiropractors who have enjoyed tremendous success. You can use that. He repeats his story. Now, basically what you would say, I talk to chiropractors all the time, but I also know a lot of chiropractors who have enjoyed tremendous success. Then we just come down here to, you see, to be successful in network marketing, you need 3 things. You need to be working with a company that has products or services you can be passionate about, passionate to the point you enjoy telling people about them, even if you weren't getting paid to do it. Two, you have to be working with someone in the company that is successful. They must know how to use social networks like LinkedIn and Facebook to build a business, and they must be committed to helping you succeed and help you build your team. And this is where they start listening to you. Because in all those previous companies that they work with, they didn't have number two. Or they had number two, but they didn't have number three. You must have good online tools to help you and everyone on your team tell others about the business. So, thanks to social network, you no longer have to chase your family, friends, and acquaintances. Neither do you have to do home parties, meetings, advertise, or buy leads. Now, considering the length of time that you've been a chiropractor, I'm not surprised that you've tried network marketing so many times. And frankly, I'm not surprised that you didn't do well either, because you were using old school methods that stopped working years ago. Chiropractors can be successful in network marketing today, and as a medical professional, you have tremendous credibility with people. As a chiropractor, you have the people skills, communicate. Now, understand that you could substitute any profession in here. I understand you had a bad experience, but I also understand why. And I wouldn't be talking to you about this if I wasn't confident that working together, you'd be very successful. So we have a system and an online tools that can help you build your business on Facebook, on LinkedIn and Facebook in an hour or two a day, and finally experience the success that initially attracted you to the network marketing business model in the first place. Would you be open to looking at my company where I know you'd quickly see the opportunity? Yeah, thanks. I'll try it again. So he gives them a link to the website, and then enter the project launch. Usually I don't do this because we haven't had much time to learn about each other, but since time is of the essence and as a chiropractor, you have the experience and the skill sets to be very successful. I'm about to launch a special project. And this is where an understanding of your comp plan becomes important. Help them build their business, become trainers and leaders in my company, and earn between $7,200 and $12,000 in the next 90 days. A little later, we break down how we came up with that number. Now, I know that I'd enjoy working with you and that you'd enjoy working with me. When will you have the time to go over the information? And now, he didn't give them a time. Let me check it out. But the rest of what we provide you with are the things, the posts. Now, I hope you have a great day. And keep in mind that 90% of these things were gifts. They moved. And what you could do is you could go on you can go on Google and type in the words and just type in GIF, and it'll bring up the image. And we share posts that the person on the other end would appreciate. Leadership, perseverance, and every once in a while the person would say thanks. So I can go down here and send them 2 a week. 2 a week. And then we've got a couple of gifts here that have multiple messages. They rotate. This is the way you communicate with people without talking to them. Now, keep in mind that when you're sending these out, you're not just sending it out to one person. You know, all of your connections have an opportunity to see these. You see, one is especially relevant to the person that you're talking to. You can share it directly with them. So this is an upgrade from my previous case studies because just giving you the words and not showing you what build that really, I'm not concerned that I'm not known. I seek to be worthy to be known. One today is worth two tomorrows. What I am to be, I am now becoming. So when you start sharing posts about Confucius, Benjamin Franklin, you may delay, but time will not. The future needs your attention. It has something beautiful to offer you, but first you must let go of the past in order to receive it. I hear, I know, I see, I remember, I do, I understand. So all of these demonstrate. So here we go, project launch. And you have to be very selective about using it. It must only be used with professionals that have large networks. You don't want to use it with a stay-at-home mom or somebody that's new to the internet. And then you break it down. This is a simple example. Figure out when you sell the biggest package, what do you make? What do you make? And then how many sales do you have to make to earn back your investment? Then figure out what happens if you make two sales a week. Okay, two sales in 1 week would be $600. And when you make two sales 4 weeks in a row, well, that'd be 2,400. And so when you do it 3 months in a row, that's where you got to 7,200. Then what you could do is you bring two people into the business, and then you help each one of those two people bring in two. So that's four people. So you calculate, you'd make an extra $100 when your new recruit makes two sales. And if you're bringing in two people, then you'd make an extra $200. So you figure out what you would earn if you brought in two people a week, 3 months in a row. And then each week you brought in, those two people brought in two. Now we know it doesn't completely duplicate like that, but this gives you a start. I'm about to launch a special project, work with two people on LinkedIn, help them become trainers, leaders, and top earners in my company in the next 90 days with your previous experience. And so the way that ultimately the person got into it was they reached out to their prospect. Hey, how are you doing? I hope you had a great weekend. You know, how are you doing? Person comes back and tells them. Then they come back and they ask him, so how are you doing? And the line that we use, it's not listed here, was my business. God, I wish you were in God, I wish you were in my business. My business is exploding. Sure wish you were in my business. Boom. I'm ready. My friends, this whole process duplicates so incredibly fast that all you have to do, follow the scripts. Focus on the other person. Focus on the other person. You know, over the weekend, during the retreat, I played a piece from one of my favorite movies, The Karate Kid. And Mr. Miragi is teaching Daniel the steps. And he always says to him, as he's teaching him the movements, look high, look high, always look high. Everything that you're doing, look high. Don't look at anything else. Look at the person's eyes. And I mean, this process is so similar. All you have to do is look at the message that you get from the other person. That's all you have to do. Respond and react to the message of the other person. That's it. And answer it. And always, always, always focus on the other person. So I have opened up registration for our October boot camp. When you register for the October boot camp, you're going to have access to the recorded sessions of the September boot camp, so you can start right away. You'll pick up all of the latest scripts, and September is the beginning of the busiest recruiting season in network marketing. The summer's over. People are getting back to work. They're looking for ways to make extra income. A lot of people are looking for ways to pay off their credit cards from what they spent over the summer. And they're also thinking about, what am I going to do to earn extra money because I want to take the family on a vacation? So pay off their bills. Of course, people are losing jobs. And this boot camp has, because it's the beginning of the fourth quarter, we have a fifth session, the daily routine. And again, we're going to help all of you ramp it up, step up, and many of you are going to do more business in the fourth quarter of the year than you did all year. So we're here to help you. Looking forward to ultimately sharing your success story. And as you become successful, your company is going to edify you. They're going to hold you up on stage, congratulate. And what's going to happen there is you're going to come to the attention of the orphans. So, we're here to help you. I'll be doing Ask Max sessions all week, 10 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, for my coaching students and for people that are in boot camp. All right. If you're in the September boot camp, you have questions, you want me to go over conversations that you have. If you're a former student, join me. Watch me work with people and help people. And there's absolutely nothing to stop you from being successful in your business. So, on top of the secrets that I shared, the big one is you connect with people that share your passion for anything, maybe your profession, maybe, reach out for people that, if you check the leaders in your company, find out what they did before they got into network marketing, and find the ones that you have lots in common with. And then, no time at all, you can figure out what their network marketing experience is. For those of you that didn't participate in the retreat, I'm going to send out an email giving you an opportunity to register and get the recordings. So remember, the longer you're not taking action, the more money you're losing. That's what it all comes down to. How many people are you talking to every day? Because there are millions of people anxious to talk to you. Best of luck, my friends, in building your business. God bless, and we'll catch up to you next time.
Back in the 90s, cracked the AOL code, texting turned gold, now the stories unfold. From dial-up dreams to LinkedIn kings, he taught the world how to build through strings. It's the Max method, no guessing, just growth. 4 steps deep, he's coached them both. Top earners, big burners, trainers and pros. Max lit the fire, now everyone knows. Started with a spark, now the blueprint's live. Thousands trained and they multiply. From Facebook chats to LinkedIn leads, he plants the seeds, then watches them succeed. Mentor to coach is the guide for the great. Author, speaker, shaping fate. You don't just follow Max, you duplicate. That's how legends elevate. It's the Max method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Call him the father, the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game.